Hello, I'm Dr. Sara Denning. I'm a clinical psychologist in New York City. The purpose of these videos is to give you some tools and worksheets to examine your behavior and reactions to stress. There are two websites associated with these videos. The first is a clinical website, and that is saradenning.com. The second is non-clinical, and that's stressedoutexec.com. These tools and worksheets are going to help you examine how you behave under stress. So let's get started. In order to truly benefit from these videos, you're going to want to download the worksheets from stressedoutexec.com. Or you can grab a pencil and a piece of paper and copy down the text as we go through it on the screen. To truly change behavior, you have to do the work. Millions of people read self-help books every day. About 1% to 2% of them actually do the worksheets at the end of the chapter. This is your chance to gather some information, look at what you know, and put it into practice. We're now going to look at a stress scale. This is going to help you identify the different levels of stress as you experience them. By knowing which level you're at and the behavior, thoughts, and feelings that occur, you can landmark that experience for yourself. So, if you're experiencing a higher level of stress, you can remember and remind yourself what that lower level of stress feels like. By using the stress scale, you can combat chronic anxiety and stress, which keep you from planning your behavior and actions. This is a stress scale. This worksheet is going to help you understand how you experience stress at different levels. The stress scale is from 1 to 10. I'm going to give you examples of a 10 and a 5 and a 1 and let you fill in the levels in between. The scale is going to help you understand your behavior at each level, but it will also help you adjust from one level to the next, going up the scale as you experience more stress, or bringing yourself back down each level to experience less anxiety and less stress. So we're going to look at a level 10, a level 5, and a level 1, and then you can begin to fill in the progression of stress or the lowering of stress between each of these. Level 10 is the most stress you've ever experienced in your life. There is no level 11. At a level 10, you have become destructive to yourself, to someone else. This is where panic attacks are full-blown. This is where blackout drinking occurs. This is where you are completely out of control and behave in an out-of-control manner. Take a moment to remember the experience you had, feeling the most stress you've ever felt in your life, and fill in the blank at level 10. You will also notice that there is a level 9, 8, 7, and 6. You'll be coming back later on your own to fill in the decreased levels of stress, or you may be working from a 5 towards a 10. Let's look at a level 5. A level 5, you're feeling completely stressed, but you're not behaving in a stressed out manner. You're coping. All your coping skills are in place, whatever they are. You may smoke, you may drink, you may talk too much, you may get very, very quiet. Whatever your coping skills are, that's what I want you to fill in at a level 5. Take a moment. Remember how it feels to just be coping with your anxiety at a level 5. Now again, you'll notice there is a level 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember, 1 is not a 0. Take a moment to remember that first tiny experience. You hold your breath, a muscle tightens, a word comes to mind. You know that shift into anxiety has begun. Take a moment, write out the description of what a level 1 feels like for you. Now we're going to go back up the scale. What is a level 2? What happens next? You're at a level 1. That first feeling starts. If the stress doesn't end, if it continues, what do you experience next? Is there a thought? Is there a feeling? Is there a physical action? Level 3, same thing. What if the stress continues? What do you do next? How do you behave? What are you thinking now? You've gone from a 1 to a 2, you're in a 3. You're headed up your stress scale. You're still coping. Now let's go to a level 4. Remember, a level 5, you're very stressed, you're feeling a lot of anxiety, but you are managing that anxiety. Level 4, just between the 3 and the 5. Now we're going to go to the 5, which you've already filled in. Take a moment to put a little bit more detail there. Now let's go to a level 6. This is a very important shift. This is where you really want to feel, what is my shift out of my ability to cope? I'm managing my feelings. I'm managing my behavior. I'm feeling very stressed. Now I've gone to the next level. What happens? Is this where you grab a cigarette, have your first drink, call up your best friend, go home and get under the covers? And let's remember, there's a level 7, 8, and 9. Go up the stress scale. Remember what it felt like the last time you were very anxious, not controlling your behavior. You may be yelling, you may be screaming at someone. You may have craziness going on in your head. You're at a 7, 8, or 9. Fill in those blanks as best you can. Now let's come back down the scale to a 5. At 5, you're doing okay. You're uncomfortable, you're coping. Look at what you've written. Come back to a 4, and a 3, and a 1. And now take a deep breath and try to experience a 0. This is how we work the stress scale. You will go up the scale and be very, very aware. Observe what you are doing. What are you thinking? Come back down the scale. What are you doing now? What's bringing you back down? How are you reaching that next level, that lower level of stress? Use the stress scale as it's happening to you. If you begin to think in these levels, with these numbers, I'm at a level 6. What am I doing? This is what a level 3 feels like. What do I usually do? What do I want to be doing instead? How do I want to enhance my coping skills? Many, many people live in a chronic level of stress between a 4, a 5, and a 6. We want you to become much more aware of working within the scale, consciously and deliberately bringing yourself back down that scale, using your coping mechanisms, the ones that work. And now you can actually begin to change your behavior as you experience each of these levels. I hope this video has been helpful. Remember, practice is the key to behavioral change. If you find that you're having complex issues, contact a local psychologist to help you with your individual needs.